people continue actually to die on our roads, even as we mourn the 28 victims of last weekend's fatal crashes. The latest happened today. A 41-year-old Fufuso Buipe bound driver has died on the spot in a car crash with a cargo truck, while two others, his mate and another driver of the cargo truck, sustained serious injuries at Buipe in the central Gonja district of the Savannah region. The injured, who were first rushed to the Buipe Polyclinic, are now said to be in a critical condition at the Tamale Teaching Hospital in the northern region. JoyNews sources at the Buipe police station indicated that the Fufuso Buipe bound Sanyong minibus with registration number AS1703-13 was traveling from Fufuso Buipe heading towards Buipe, but upon reaching the central Gonja district assembly, the vehicle veered off its lane and ran into the driver's side of the cargo truck with registration number. Now, on phone, we're going to be joined by our correspondent, Isaac Nonya, in the Savannah region, who's going to bring us up to speed on that particular development. Isaac, if you can hear me, what exactly is the latest as far as this most recent accident is concerned? What do we know about the number of people involved and whether any have been hospitalized?
Yes, the two critically injured are still on admission at the Tamale Teaching Hospital, while the driver mate of the truck, who was initially said to be okay, is currently on admission at the Buipe Polyclinic. Initially, he wanted to go away, but personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service advised him to get to the polyclinic for the medical checkup. So I will speak, he's still there. The two are also still at Tamale Teaching Hospital, while the disease of the Sanyong bus up to now is not known where to be found, or is not where to be found, because the police said that initially what they wanted to do was to take the body to the mortuary of the Tamale Teaching Hospital, where a postmortem will be conducted on it, but it was forcibly taken away from them, and they are still searching to know where they could trace and take it to the Tamale Teaching Hospital for autopsy.
Isaac, a quick bit of clarity there. You say it was forcefully taken from them. By whom and to where?
Yes, the police made that clear. They said the brief family of the truck driver came around. Obviously, he comes from the area.
Right.
They had information and rushed there and picked the body away. Also, as the cause of the accident, the eyewitness account collaborated with that of the police. The police attributed the accident to dangerous driving. An eyewitness who said he was behind the truck, the cargo truck, said he saw both cars, the Sanyong minibus approaching the truck. But all that he had later on was the sound, boom, and then he saw smoke coming out. Right from there, he stepped down from his motorbike, and together with the fire service personnel who came around, tried to remove the bodies of the deceased and then that of the injured. We are also told that this is not confirmed, but it is that there were 4 passengers on board the minibus from Fufuso heading towards Buipe. Unlike the truck, there were only 2, the passenger, the driver mate, and his boss.
Well, that's another gory accident that has greeted us today. Unfortunate there. But thank you very much, Isaac Nonya, for bringing us the details. Let's learn more from the police. Joining me on phone is Savannah Regional Police PRO Inspector Ajekum Owusu. Inspector Owusu, thank you very much for joining the conversation. What did you gather at the scene of the accident?
Thank you, my brother. In the morning, when police heard of the accident, our men who were on patrols quickly rushed there, but unfortunately they got there while the family members of the deceased too were there. After taking the body from the minibus, together with the victims who were injured, police wanted to take both the injured and the deceased to Tamale Teaching Hospital, but as Isaac indicated, they said no. Once the man is dead, they will not allow us to take the body to anywhere. And looking at the circumstances at the time, it was prudent for police to allow the family members to take the dead body, and then we concentrated on those who were injured.
Okay, so you say looking at the circumstances at the time. What circumstances exactly? Because if you had kept the body, there could have been opportunity for further investigation as to the cause of death and all of that. Yes, we know it was an accident, but what circumstances specifically are you referring to?
The circumstances I'm referring to is where some family members who were in their numbers, around 15 of them, trying to take the body from two police officers. You see, two police officers on board a vehicle, plus the driver who was driving them. They wanted to take the body from these two police officers, and in a violent way. So, police, you weigh the two. Should we combat them in the name of taking dead body to hospital for another injury to happen, or we should allow them to take their body away? And you see, normally we consider where we are working. It is a Muslim community, and per their custom, they don't normally allow their bodies to be sent to mortuary for this autopsy and other stuff. So if a vehicle is involved in an accident, we know it's an accident. We wanted to do the right thing, but the angry, let me say, the angry mob try to do such things which will escalate other unforeseen circumstances. We have to allow them to take their body to wherever they want to take the body to.
And so it is clear you were trying to avoid any exchanges that could lead to further incidents between your end, that is the police on one hand, and the family of the deceased on the other hand. But just to get exactly what happened, how violent was the behavior of the family members? What were they doing exactly? Were they wielding any objects? What was the threat to the police officers on the scene?
Some took up even clubs that if the police attempt to send the body into our vehicle, they will either smash our windscreen or even cause damage to the vehicle. But you see, if we should hear police wanted to take dead body and clash with family members, it will sound unprofessional on our part.
Right.
So once the person is dead, we have to allow them.
Let's take a quick look now at those who have actually been injured, the two of them. Where have they been taken, and what can we say about the state in which they are currently?
Yeah, the driver and the mate of the Sion bus, the driver of the Benz truck, and the mate of the Sion bus are currently in Tamale Teaching Hospital. While the mate of the Benz bus, Benz truck, is at the Buipe Polyclinic receiving treatment. As Isaac indicated earlier on, the mate thought he was okay, but upon the advice given to him by the fire service personnel, he obliged and went to the hospital. And indeed, when he went there, he was not okay as he thought initially. So he's receiving treatment at the polyclinic.
What can you share about the nature of injuries to these two people?
The mate of the Sion bus, his one is not all that serious. But the driver who was driving the Benz, he had his leg broken. So he has been sent to Tamale Hospital.
Were there any others involved in this accident? Any other passengers, I mean, in the two vehicles, apart from those you've spoken of?
No, when we got there, our information was that the Sion, it was the mate and the driver, and the truck too, it was the mate and the driver. But somebody was telling us there were other two occupants in the Sion. But as soon as the accident happened, they were not hurt, so they ran away. So once we did not see them, we cannot say much about them.
Inspector Owusu, thank you so much for your time with us on The Pulse this afternoon.